like now we are almost closing the year. It's a very good time to start inviting people to have a look at your business presentation and at your products as well, because right now people are thinking of what am I going to do for the next year of 2022, and then now it means we have got this month, we have got next month, we have got the next 3 months that you're supposed to massively invite people for the products, massively invite people for the business presentation. And if you want to build a business, we have got a very simple plan. Good thing about our business is we have a system, you understand? We have a system in place that is already in place for you to be able to do what you're supposed to do. When you wake up in the morning, you're supposed to know exactly what you're supposed to do. And when it comes to sponsoring, this is a very simple cycle that I just want to go through with you. And today we're just going to talk about the contacting, because when you want to build a business, the one thing that you need to do is you need to write a list of people. So I believe if you're in the business, unless if you started the business the past 1 day or 2 days, but otherwise you're supposed to have your list of names. And well, we are recommended to have 100 names, but then you can definitely have, 200, 300, 400 names, because the more or the bigger the list that you have, the more the opportunity, or rather the more the strength and the more the will, the more, you're going to be able to talk to more people. You understand? So one is write a list of names of people that you know. So that is who do you know list. And then that is when we start going on Facebook, Instagram, and start prospecting the people that we don't know, or going to the streets and doing those face-to-face contacting, you understand? So one is you need to have a list. Then the second thing that you need to do is you need to start contacting them. Now, when I'm saying contacting them, I mean inviting them. When I'm saying inviting them, I don't mean you go and start, making a call and start explaining the Forever business on the phone. I mean you taking your phone and ask someone if they are willing to have a look at your business opportunity, or if they are willing to have a look at your products. You understand? So you don't go into Forever, you don't go into network marketing, you don't go into all these details. It's just about you helping, or rather inviting that person for you to be able to sit down with them on a coffee meeting, or to bring them in for the Zoom meeting, or to bring them for a physical presentation, or for a WhatsApp presentation. That is what we call contacting. And that is exactly what you are going to talk about right now. Because if you don't do that, it means you won't be selling. If you don't have the skill, and if you don't master the skills, it means you won't be able to recruit, because you won't be having people having a look at your business. You understand? Okay, you won't be having people to show your business opportunity or your products. You won't have people to come for your business presentation, and so obviously you won't be able to sell, as I said, or you won't be able to retail. So this simple cycle is a very simple cycle, but this is the most important skill. We have got a number of skills that you're supposed to master, but the most important skill that should start, is how you can be able to contact people and for them to be able to come have a look at your business. If you want to, and right now I know we all want to go to manager. We have got this incentive of going to manager, by March, you want to really build your business. The one thing that you want to do is to have at least 5 key people, So for you to have the 5 key people, so that you don't just build a manager business, you don't just become a manager, rather you build a manager. And you see, when we're saying a manager business, we mean you building a business that you are actually making at least 50 to 60 case credits every single month. That is what we call a manager business. Now, for that to happen, that means you have to have, at least 5 key people. Now, again, when I'm saying 5 key people, I don't mean just 5 people that have joined your business. The thing is, for you to get 5 people, you need to have at least 25 people, so that of every 5 people, there's 1 key person. As you know, there are people that you're going to bring in the business, they will just be buying the products. You're going to bring the people in the business, and then they're just going to, they're not going to run the business the way you want, the way they're supposed to run the business. They're not going to have the energy that you have, or the energy that they're supposed to have, But for you to have that 1 person that has the energy, has the will, has the determination to also grow in the business, to really be able to achieve their goals, then you need to have at least 5 people. Now, the thing is, you're supposed to sponsor at least 1 person or 2 people every single day. If you do 5, if you do 10, well and good. I know there's a month Kumo sponsored 7 people, well and good, But we're saying at least a minimum of 1 person, Now, you see, sponsoring minimum of 1 person every single month is not a joke. That will need you to have what we call a big pipeline. pipeline of people that you have already spoken to about the business opportunity, and those people are getting prepared to join the business. Of the pipeline, you'll have people that are probably starting to buy the products. On the pipeline, you'll have people that are saying, I'm going to join in the next 1 week, in the next 2 weeks. On the pipeline, you're going to have people that are going to tell you, like, you know what, I'm going to join the business in the next 2 months. But at least you have spoken to them about the business. Now, only then, when you have got a pipeline of at least 20 people, that is when you can be sure of having at least 1 or 2 people joining your business. You know why I'm saying this? Because most of the time, when we are almost end of the month, you're pushing for the CCs. I'm asking, like, some people, they're like, I have got 1, 2, 3. These people that have said they're going to join the business. I'm like, are they the only people that they're on your list for on the run to join your business? They're like, yes. Then when they tell me that, I'm like, don't expect them to join. So don't expect results for what you have not done. So now that you know what you're supposed to do, then one thing that you're supposed to know is how to invest, so that you can be able to talk to a lot more people. We said a pipeline of at least 20 people. So that by end of the month, when you sit down with your upline, when you sit down on your own and making calls, I've got 20 people that I can probably give them an offer before they start the business, for them to be able to start the business. I can make a call to follow up and all that, at least 20 people, you understand? And the people that you're actually looking are the people that have got a great attitude, people that are open-minded like people that want more money, people that want to grow, people wants to have security. Maybe they have got a job and they know that, maybe my job is paying me enough, but then it doesn't have that security that I'm looking for, And also, most important, is people that you want to work with, because that's the opportunity that we have, that you don't have to work with anybody. You can choose the people that you want to work with. When I go out, with my business cards and I'm looking for the people that I'm going to invite for my business, I don't talk to everybody. I talk to the people that are smiling at me. I talk to the people that have got a great attitude. I talk to the people that give me the best service when I'm going to the restaurant and the waiter or the waitress is smiling, have got this amazing attitude. That person, I will have to get their numbers. That is how I get my numbers. It's not all the time that I go out and, I'm out of nowhere and I'm saying, like, I'm going to collect numbers. Sometimes I just go out, do shopping, go out, family lunch or family dinner, and all that with my kids. And there's someone that, has just clicked with me. Those are the people that you're looking for. You understand? So this is your goal, sponsoring at least one person. That by end of the year, like that is 12 months, you understand? At least you have got 1 or 2 people are sponsoring them every month. It means we'll be having about 12 to 24 people. Now, I want you today or maybe tomorrow for you go to your volume map. No. You go to your Forever system. Sorry. You go to your Forever system. Forever system is that one when you log in www.foreverliving.com, and then you log in and then you check your system. Okay, so if you don't have your password and you're here, please make sure that you're making a call tomorrow morning, because tomorrow is half day. Make your call tomorrow morning, have your Forever ID number, and then ask the office to give you the password for you to be able to log in your Forever system. Okay, now when you log in your Forever system, then I want you to go to my volume. Okay, so go to my business, then go to my volume. When you go to my volume, when you see your system, okay, I want you to check the FBOCCs. Now, if you have been in the business for 3 months and your FBOCC is 0, then that means you have not sponsored anybody since you started the business. Then that's a red light. That means you need to master this skill that I'm going to share with you. If you're in the business for 6 months and you have got only 2 FBOCC, meaning you have sponsored, maybe one person in 6 months, then that means you need to really master this skill that I'm going to share with you. You need to really make sure that you are grabbing the scripts, but I'm even having the scripts for you. If you're in the business for 1 year and you don't have at least 24 case credits on the FBOCCs. FBOCCs are the CCs of the new people that have started the business up until when they become supervisors. If you don't have at least 20 to 24 case credits, then that means you need to do a lot of work when it comes to sponsoring and recruiting. And maybe that is the reason why you're not moving up. Maybe that is the reason why your business is the way it is right now, because for your business to move, retailing is one thing, but the second thing that is a must is sponsoring and recruiting people. So invitation, as I said, I just wanted to insist that it's one of the most important skills that you need to master. So there are people that are really good at invitation, you know. There are people that are not as good at the invitation. So if you're having fear, then these can be the reasons why you are not inviting as much. So one, it could be that you're lacking belief in the company. When I'm saying lacking belief in the company, you might think like, I believe in forever living. But I can tell you, you might not be believing forever living as much. And I understand, because, Kumo's belief in the business might not be the way as the belief or the level of belief that you have in the business, especially if you've started the business, especially if you've not gotten results as much, you might be still thinking like, is it for real? Am I going to make it for the business? You understand? Is forever a business or a company that I can rely on? Is the forever company that I can really set up my goals and be able to achieve those big goals? Because if you don't believe in the company, you won't be able to invite someone else to come have a look at the company. And a good way for you to create your belief is one, start making the money. Even if it's not by recruiting people, but at least by starting, selling the products. Because when you are inviting someone for the business opportunity, one of the very first questions that person is going to ask you is, how am I going to sell the products? Now, if you are not selling the products as much, then that means you will hesitate. That means you will feel like you cannot coach that person. And that means probably you're not going to make other calls to invite other people. So belief in the company is something that is holding so many people. And when it comes to the business opportunity, so when it comes to invitation, but the thing is, you might not be believing in yourself. You might be you might be having your past failures, before coming to forever, and you're like thinking like, am I gonna make it? What if someone, I'm calling, maybe I want to call my friend, and I know my friend knows me, and all those kind of things. So you kind of feel like, maybe they might not say yes to the business opportunity, or maybe they might not say yes to the products because, you understand, or you might feel like you don't have enough knowledge of the products or enough knowledge of the business. That can be holding you back when it comes to invitation. Lack of consistency. In fact, I will say sometimes it's not, belief, yes, not having less knowledge or not having enough knowledge for the business, yes, but consistency. Lack of consistency is key when it comes to why people do not invite as much. You understand? Or rather, why people do not get the results when they want to show people the business opportunity. So consistency, check out how many calls do you want to make? Because sometimes it's not even about not knowing how to make the call. Because I remember Jim Rohn said, what you are lacking in skills can be, what is this word? What you're lacking in skills can be translated, or can be, how do I say? What you're lacking in skills, I'm looking for this word. Like, if you don't have enough skills, then the numbers can beat the skills. Let me say that, okay? If you're lacking the skills, then the numbers can beat the skills. Meaning, if I don't know how to invite as much as I'm going to invite as bad as I can, or as bad as I'm doing, if I am doing a lot more invitations, I will still get the results, unlike someone that is not doing the invitation and they have the skills. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So for most people, most network marketers, most forever living business owners, one thing that they lack is the consistency. Someone can do invitations, 10 calls today, and then they don't do tomorrow, they don't do the other day, they don't do the other day. You understand? If you went through the rejection in those 10 calls that you did, and then you stop doing it, it means it's like you're starting all over again. It means like you're starting the hurting all over again, the pain of rejection all over again. But if you do consistently, like you invite, even if it's inviting 3 people a day, but you do that every single day, I am telling you, you will beat the person that's inviting 10 people a day and then doesn't do any more invitation for the next 3 days or for the next 4 days. So consistency is something that you're supposed to check very, very, very keenly. But another thing that is very important is, of course, lack of work ethic, which comes, with consistency. Yes, you're not putting enough efforts for your business. You can be, yes, I can understand, you can be very busy when it comes to your work, where, your job, your other business, and your other things. As we say, life happens. Forever is not the only life that we have. But most people do not, they think they're doing the business part-time, but in actual sense, they're doing the business sometime. They don't have the consistency. They don't have sense of urgency. You know, you can collect a number today, and then you even forget about that number. You come and call that number in the next 1 week, in the next 1 month. You know, that is having zero sense of urgency. That is you not having the work ethic that will help you grow your business. You understand? But one of the most important thing as well, one of the most important thing that is holding the people back is emotional connection with your goals. And that is why when you start the business, the very first thing that you're asking you, what is it that you're working for? When you start the business, the very first thing that I'll give you in my team, I'll give you that video of Jane Leach of helping, that is going to help you create your goals, goal setting. And then after that, we'll have to meet again, or we'll have to call each other again for you to be able to share the goals. If it's not me, then someone that invited you in the business, for us to know what are the goals that you're working on. And then not only that you have set your goals, those goals have to be somewhere that you're seeing. I'm sure you've talked about this for quite some time. So if you keep on hearing this and then you're not doing it, then that means you are lacking what we call work ethic. You know, so are your goals, are you seeing your goals? Are you connected with your goals? Are the goals that you have set goals that are waking you up in the middle of the night, wanting to do the business, wanting to, thinking of who am I going to call about the business? You understand? Towards the end of the month right now, are your goals reminding you that we are almost, right now we are on the 19th, tomorrow we're on the 20th. It means by tomorrow we'll only be remaining with 10 days. Are your goals reminding you that, hey, you know what? We're only remaining with 10 days. Or is it that beginning of the month, we do the volume map and I'm going to be a supervisor, and then, during the month, we already forgotten it. If you are like that, it means you don't have emotional connections with your goals. And maybe that is the reason why you're not doing enough when it comes to invitation, and that is why you're not beating the numbers, and that is why you're not getting the results, you're not sponsoring people, that is why you're not selling as much, because you have not connected with your goals. Now, when it comes to invitation, it's a numbers game. You understand? As I said, you might not know as much, you might not have enough skills when it comes to invitation, but if you are doing that invitation, however you are doing, if you're doing it as much, you will still get the results. And then as much, because you're doing as much, it means you're also developing the skills, because every call will give a different experience. Every prospect you're going to be talking to is going to give a different experience. And that is how you're definitely, developing the skills on top of what we are sharing with you right now. So when I'm saying numbers game, it means for someone that is building the business part-time, you need to be making calls, at least 5 of them every single day. Now, the question is, did you make 5 calls today? Did you make 5 calls yesterday? And you see, 5 calls a day is not as much. 1 call is supposed to not even take you a minute. So meaning 5 calls, that would be like about 5 minutes. Maximum 10 minutes, maybe, that ring, and someone is not picking up, you have to call again. Maybe that will take you about 10 minutes. But why do people don't do it? Because of those previous reasons that I've just shared with you. You don't have something that is pushing you as much to make these calls. You are not meeting the numbers. You're not beating the numbers. If you're building the business full-time, then that means you're supposed to be making at least 10 calls every single day. Now, did you make your 10 calls a day? Did you make your 10 calls this week? You understand? So it's a numbers game. And if you don't beat the numbers, if you don't meet the numbers, do not say things are not working. Do not say that I'm inviting people and people are not coming to me. I remember there's a lady that told me in the team that, you know what, Vero, I contact at least 30 people every single day. But there's a difference between prospecting and contacting, ladies and gentlemen. Prospecting and contacting. If I go on social media right now, okay, and start inboxing people and, asking them if they're available to take a look, before they give me their numbers, even when they give me their numbers, that is still not contacting. That is prospecting. That is you looking for more numbers to put in your contact list. That is prospecting. Now, contacting is when you take that number and make an appointment. That is contacting. So you can be like me that got on, like when I post on Insta stories, then I go and look at the people that have viewed my Insta stories, and then I'm like inboxing them, thanking them for checking my Insta stories and asking them if they're having a look, if they're willing to have a look at what I do. That is prospecting. If you're like me, then this is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about you taking that number that you got on Instagram or on Facebook, okay, and make a call and asking them for an appointment, either to bring them for a one-to-one, or to bring them for a Zoom meeting, or to bring them for a WhatsApp presentation. You understand? Now, as you are doing that, remember that you have got the best to offer. When I started the meeting, I reminded you that we have got the best opportunity in the world. We have got the best products in the world. So once you have that in your mind, you will not hesitate, because you have got the best to offer. Right now, everybody is looking for an extra income. Everybody is looking for a small, secured business, is looking for a business that will start with a very low startup capital, the way we are starting. Right now, you can start the business with even zero money and start building the business on social media. Which business has the opportunity to help someone start with a very low startup capital, zero capital at all, and then, with time, they can be able to achieve their goals. Massive goals that they, depending with how far and how much they'll be able to dream. There's no that opportunity. So guys, we have got gold in our hands. So once you have that in your mind, you'll be able to do the business. Now, another thing that you also need to remember, that is more of the prospects than you. So have good intentions. I think I've been talking about this for quite some time. Like, I keep talking about this all the time. This is the philosophy that I've been shared when I started the business. I was told, what, Vera? If you want to invite someone for the business opportunity, just remember that it's for her or for him. When you want to invite them for a business opportunity, let it be Zoom, physical, WhatsApp, whatever, a coffee meeting. The right way for you to think when you are making that call is to think that, what? If this person is going to join the business, it's going to come and take a look and join the business and say yes, it means this person is going to be able to take the kids to that school that they've always wanted to take the kids to. They can be able to take the kids to a private school. They can be able to buy that car. They can be able to, earn an extra 10,000 rands, an extra $500, $5,000, 50, 100,000, whatever currency that you're using. You understand? They can be able to make that extra income. They can be able to help other people. They can be able to qualify. What if your prospect, now that is how you thinking, what if this prospect of mine start the business and really qualify for Abu Dhabi tickets when they become a manager in March? When you think like that, ladies and gentlemen, you will not hesitate making that call, because it's actually for that person. So if they say no, it will also not give you as much pain, because they have said no to their own goals. They have said no to the opportunity that could have helped them achieve their goals. But if your intentions are, I'm going to talk to this person because I want to make that extra 1,900 rands when they join the business. When you are thinking that I'm going to talk to this person because when they join the business, I'm going to be a top sponsor. I'm not gonna make these calls because if they're gonna join the business, I'm gonna make that extra 250,000 Tanzanian shillings. When you think like that, you will not be able to make that call. You know why? Because your intentions are not about the prospect. Your intentions is about you reaping. That is what you're telling your mind. It's about you reaping off the money from the prospect. Now, you might even make that call. But one thing that you will hesitate to do is telling them or insisting them on joining. There are people like, say, I don't want to be pushy. I just want to let them be. When you start thinking like that, then start thinking your intention. Because if you're feeling like you're being pushy, maybe one is you're doing it wrong, or you're thinking it all wrong. Because why should you not push a person to go for their goals? You understand? I'll give an example. There's a certain guy, for me, I will always, because I'm in network marketing and I'm a leader, I cannot be swayed around, you understand? So when someone approaches me about network marketing, another company, don't do this because you don't want to do it, because it's not healthy for you. But I'm just giving you an example, okay? I will go to the profile of that person. If that person is like someone that, is at my levels, I'll want to just have that 30 minutes with them, for them to share with me their marketing plan. Now, I did that about 2 weeks ago. And I can tell you, our business is so easy, man. Like, that marketing plan is hard. So if someone right now, if someone comes to me and tell me forever being different, I'm like, you don't know what other people in network marketing go through. You don't know that. But you see, the reason I'm bringing this story up is because I remember he was following up on me. And I told him that I'm not into it, but he kept on, he kept on. And then there's a day I told him about, having, my husband was sick, and he did not even call, he did not even say sorry. He didn't even say, like, it was like, there are promotions, there are this and this and this, I want you to join it because we'll be very good at, we'll work together and all that. And I got back to that message up there. I'm like, I told you that right now my husband is sick and you did not even say sorry. And it was like, I was reading it. I was reading, I always go very fast when it comes to message. I'm like, that is not the value that I have. And I'm like, maybe that is the reason why. So if you're like that, guys, that is when you'll be feeling pushy. That is when you will not be getting results, because your intentions is about someone else to just get in the business and for you to make the money. It's not even about you working with people, because you don't even care what is happening in other people's lives. You understand? You need to have empathy. You need to make sure that you're always putting yourself in your prospect's shoes. You get my point? And well, I keep learning every day. And maybe that is another thing that you should learn. Make sure that you're putting yourself in your prospect's shoes. I'm not saying let them be, no, but I'm saying have empathy. Make sure that they know that you care, because people will never join your business if they know that you don't care. They have to feel that you care. They have to feel that you can be able to support them. You understand? With forever, without forever. And that is why when some people, they say no to the business opportunity, people leave them, they just leave them and, they don't follow up anymore. Because it was just about me, end of the month, I want them to join. If they're not joining now, then you forget about them. That means you don't have good intentions with them. You understand? And as I said, the goal is to set appointment, is not you making that call and start explaining about the business over the phone. You understand? But one thing that is very important is you need to set your invitation targets, okay? And this is what you see, this is my invitation target. So this is a 7-day plan. All right. So 7-day plan for me has really been very helpful. And I would recommend that you put it down and for you to start working on it, because you can be having a list of names, maybe 200 names, 400 names and all that. But if you have not set up a target of the people that you're going to talk to for that particular week, then most likely will not make those calls. But once you have got the goals or the list like this, it's very easy for you to just go on your 7-day plan and start looking, who am I going to talk to this week? You understand? You see? Okay, so these are my list. You understand? So that is how you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wake up in the morning knowing if I'm going to make my 5 calls, who are the 5 calls I'm going to talk to. Another thing that is, you need to make sure that you have got energy, you have got excitement, you are in your best mood. When you are making a call, make sure that you are standing up, most likely when you are standing up, you will have the energy that you're looking for. When you are sitting down with a certain posture, you'll not have the energy and the excitement that you are required for you to make that call. But again, also make sure that you're in a hurry, so that someone doesn't feel like, you're just there. You understand? They can just, you're just there, because most people, some people, even when they're not busy, they're like, I'm very busy. Not in network marketing, but like that is general, I've been very busy, I've been doing that, so people want that, you understand? So you also want to be in that state where people know that you're in a hurry. And that is also how you can be able to avoid those questions that will start making you start explaining yourself so much. Because when in a hurry, then people will they will not be able to ask you like questions, you understand? So be like, hey, do you have a minute? I've just gotten a minute right now. Okay, and I decided to call you. I've gotten a minute right now. Do you have a minute yourself? That is how you do it. So that they know, your prospect knows that you are in a hurry. They don't have to start asking questions and all that. You understand? And one thing is very important, that you put your invitation activity as your number 1 activity for the day. Because otherwise, if you don't do that, you have already skipped that day. You understand? It has to be your priority on your priority list when it comes to your to-do list. Okay. If you make a call, yes, as I said, make sure you're smiling, make sure you're standing. If you ever made a call and then someone is like, hey, you seem to be very happy today, because people sense that, and that is what your prospect need to experience. People want to have they want to work with people that are passionate with what they do. You understand? And don't take it personal if they say no. Okay, so yes, assume it's a yes, but if they say no, don't take it personal because they've said no. Remember intentions, right? Your intentions is to help them understand how they can be able to build a business for their own goals. If they say no, then definitely that is up to them. So I'm just gonna give you an idea. You can actually screenshot this, okay? Let me just put this so that you can be able to screenshot. So you can screenshot this, but as I said, I'm gonna be sending you these examples in the groups for you to be able to copy paste if you just want to make to send messages or make your voice notes and all that. So there's what we call direct approach, and direct approach will work best for the people that are already in the business for quite some time, and maybe your people already know that you do forever living. So and also for me, like I'm doing when it comes to social media, I'm also like all out when it comes to forever. So I don't need to beat around the bush, because most likely someone might be knowing that I do forever living. So when you start beating around the bush, they'll be like, maybe you don't have confidence in what you do. Why are you hiding? You understand? But I personally love direct approach. That is when but you love direct approach, and you direct approach if you can be able to answer questions. If you're confident enough. Because remember, if you have just started the business, okay, like you're in a business and you cannot talk to your people yourself. Maybe you need the help of your sponsor, the help of your upline. So if you go direct approach, then you might lose those people. You understand? But if they will ask you, what do you do, which I'm going to talk to you about, I will show you how you can be able to reply so that they don't feel manipulated, so that they don't feel, that you've been lying to them if you're not using the direct approach. But I personally love the direct approach. Remember, I said you make sure that you are in a hurry, So you'll be like, hey, how are you? Do you have a minute? You can even have that question, that statement that say, you know what, I've gotten 1 minute right now and I decided to call you. So do you have a minute? It's good to ask your prospect, have a minute, and pause for you to listen, because you don't want to go through the whole invitation. Someone tells you like you're in the middle, and someone tells you like, hey, sorry, my boss has just come in. Oh, sorry, I'm going to call you back. You understand? One is you might feel like they have rejected you because you have already started talking to them. You understand? Second, you might feel like, you might lose that touch when it comes to talking to that person. So ask if they have a minute, and then you show your excitement, you're passionate about what you do. And because you've said, I'm so very excited, you cannot say, hey, I'm so very excited. You can't say, you'll be like, I'm so very excited. That is how you do it. Because as I said, your energy matters. You'll be like, I'm so very excited because I've recently started a business with an international multi-billion-dollar company, Forever Living Products. And so far, so fantastic. I'm looking for open-minded people, determined people with goals, and I thought of you. Now here is you making them feel good in a good way, in a professional way, you understand? And maybe you heard about Forever, but I'm not sure if you've heard about it from a serious person, a serious committed person like me. And I have full support from my uplines that are even more experienced. Now, why do you do this? It's because maybe if they've heard about Forever Living, you want to assure them they might have heard about Forever Living from people that are not serious. They might have heard Forever Living from, yes, it could be a friend or an aunt or whoever, but they should know that you are fully committed and you can be able to help them out when it comes to the business. You understand? And then this statement here is very important, especially if you're looking for to get support from your uplines to do the one-to-ones or all that, and all that. So show them that they're gonna get the support to if they, should they decide to do the business. I'm not sure if it's for you or not. That is you telling them that it's obligation free. They don't have to be there. If they come, then they don't have to join the business. You're just inviting them to have a look. If they say no, then that's okay. So I'm not sure if it's for you or not, but can we meet for a cup of coffee? 40 minutes to an hour. That is to show that it's not going to be long. And yes, if you stay 40 minutes to an hour, your presentation has to be very quick so that we can discuss more. Okay? Now, I love this part because this is helping you to secure that appointment. Without this, you'll be, like you'll be struggling a lot. So you are giving people two options. The reason why you're giving people two options is because you are giving them no option of saying no. But if you say, which day is best for you? Sorry, if you say, I'm not sure if it's for you or not, but can we meet for a cup of coffee, 45 minutes to announce that you can discuss more? Are you available this Saturday? Most likely, that person will say no. And then when they say no, then you start struggling. So which day should I suggest? You might say Sunday. If they say, this weekend is very, and then will you say another one? It's going to be a struggle. But if you give them two options, it means there's no option of saying no. The option is, that is a psychology. You're playing with someone's psychology. That is telling them you have to choose either of one. So which day is best for you? That is, you have already decided that it's a yes. That is why you're saying which day is best for you. That is you knowing that it's a yes and they're going to come. So one thing they're supposed to do is say a date. So is it Wednesday, 3 p.m. or Saturday, 4 p.m., depending with your timetable. It's not about the prospect's timetable. Why do I say that? It's because most of the time I ask people like, can you organize product launch? People are like, wait, I'm going to call my prospects or I'm going to call my friends and see when they're available. It's not about them. It's about you, because at the end of the day, you will never have a day that will be suitable for everybody. It has to be suitable for you, and then you are the one who are making calls to see who in your list that is gonna be available on those days that you have set for yourself. Because this is your business. You're not waiting for them. They're supposed to come to you. You understand? And comply with your timetable. So are we getting what I'm saying, guys? Are we understanding each other? Are we getting the point? The most important point that I want you to grab in this meeting. So one is be in a hurry. Second is ask them if they have got a minute so that they don't interrupt you when you are inviting them. And another thing that is important is make them feel good. Tell them what are the values that is the value that you're looking for from them, and you know that they have them. Make them feel good. Because everybody wants to feel good. Assure them that you are the right person for the business, that you are serious, you are determined, you're not there to play around. And then after that, invite them, but give them two options. That is the direct approach. And then you will also have put that, if you already screenshot, I believe you have already screenshot, right? Now, the next one is the direct approach when it comes to products, okay? So when you want to invite someone to have a look at your product, maybe you want to invite them for a product launch, or maybe you want to invite them for a coffee meeting. We'll be talking about product. This is how you're going to go. So hello, you do have a minute, just as usual. I'm very excited because I've recently started a business with an international company, Forever Living Products. And so far, so fantastic, especially on the products part. Okay? Sorry, I just need to mute people here. Okay? Especially on the products part. They have amazing products that most people love. Now, when you want someone to be excited about what you do, this is the word that you're supposed to be using. Most people. When you're saying most people all the time, most of the time to your prospect or to your people are feeling like I'm left behind, and no one wants to be left behind. So if there's a statement that you're supposed to really embrace and make sure that you're using it and practicing it more, is most people. The word most people. So they have amazing products that most people love. As you know, health has been a big challenge these days, especially for women, if you're talking to women, especially for men, or women and men, or, in our society. And I know you're health conscious and you care for your family's health. Now, here you are locking this appointment because no one will want to say, I don't care about my family's health. You understand? That is you locking this appointment, and you care for your family's health. And I want to share more about them, especially my personal experience. Then you make the final decision. Again, final decision is you telling them that is obligation free. Can we meet for a cup of coffee, 45 minutes to announce that we can discuss more? Which day is best for you? You have already decided that it's a yes. That is why you're asking them which day is best for you. Wednesday, 3 p.m., Saturday, 4 p.m. Sunday, 5 p.m., Monday, whatever, whichever day, You see how easy it is? Very easy. So I want you to screenshot this, have this. And I remember there's a day that I even screenshot this, there was a training from one of the top leaders. And when I it wasn't this, obviously, but when I screenshot this, I decided to put it somewhere. because you don't want to just screenshot it and have in the phone. You want to be using it because this is the most important skill. So I recommend that when you screenshot it, go and print it and have it somewhere that you can be accessing it all the time. So that when you're making the call, you have the script in front of you. Okay? And you can also create a voice note by using these words. You understand? So the words might be a bit different depending with who you're talking to, but this is the idea. It will be probably around what I'm sharing with you right now. And then there's hot button approach. This is you approaching people that you already know. These are people that you really know. Your relatives, your colleagues, people that your friends, your best friends, people that you sit down and talk about things. And you know what they need in their life. So you go something like, hey, do you have a minute? I know we have been speaking about salaries not enough. Maybe this is your colleague, okay? I know we have been speaking about salaries not being enough, And so I've recently started a business that I think will excite you too. And I thought I should share with you. I'm not sure if it's for you or not, but can you, something like that, okay? Do you have a minute? Maybe you're a student and you have got other students that you know, or maybe you're not a student, but you know a student, I know we have been speaking about, not being sure of the life after university. As you know, jobs are nowhere to be found, salaries are not enough and all that, So I've recently started a business that I think will excite you, and I thought I should share with you too. I'm not sure if it's for you or not, but can we meet for a cup of coffee and talk more? Can I invite you for a Zoom meeting for you to be able to understand more? Can I invite you for a WhatsApp meeting for you to be able to understand more? You understand? We have a physical presentation so and so on a certain day, but we're gonna go I'm gonna share with you how you can invite for an event. Okay, so which day is best for you? Wednesday 3 p.m. or Saturday 4 p.m. Simple. And I'm telling you, if you do this, you'll be definitely getting results. Now, indirect approach, this goes mostly for people that have just started the business, or maybe for someone that doesn't know what you do. That is when you go for indirect approach. So you'll be like, hey, do you have a minute? So I'm calling because I just started an exciting, profitable business, and I'm looking for open-minded people, for open-minded, determined, goal-oriented people to work with, and I thought of you, or to expand with, and I thought of you. So you have already shared that you're excited about what you do, and you've already made that person feel good. That is why you told them that they're goal-oriented, they're determined and open-minded. Okay, and I love this word open-minded, guys. As I said on the health part, when you're telling someone that is already open-minded, it means you're minimizing the chances of someone being closed-minded, because you already told them that they're already open-minded. I said you are now playing with their mindset. Very important. So I'm not sure if it's for you or not, but why don't we meet and talk more about it? What if I invite you for a Zoom meeting? What if I invite you for a WhatsApp meeting? Will you join it? Which day is best for you? Saturday 4 p.m., Wednesday. Now remember, WhatsApp, if you want to invite for a WhatsApp meeting, we always have, you can propose 2 days in a week, even if there's one. And then the next one, you can create a group and have your leader, do it. If a Zoom meeting, we have got 2 Zoom meetings. We always have the Tuesday one, and we have got a Sunday one. So you can always be inviting people for Zoom meeting and give them 2 options instead of inviting them only for the Sunday one. When they say no to the Sunday one, it will be difficult for you to keep only inviting them. But if you say we have got a Tuesday one and we have got a Sunday one, it's easy for people to choose. And then you have a list of your Sunday prospects attending, and you have got a list for your Tuesday attendees of the Zoom meeting. So that's an indirect approach, okay? Now, a prospect might ask you, what business is that? All right. And they do ask that question. Now, how do you reply to that? So some people will choose to lie and say, I don't know, whatever that you want to say. I don't know what you'll say, but some people choose to say, some people choose to keep quiet and not reply to that message. If it's a message, remember you were in a hurry, so maybe they did not ask you at that particular time. But anyhow, if they ask you what business is that, this is the reply. Okay, so one is, I would love to tell you, but I don't want you to miss a thing. Now, this is definitely for the indirect people that have used indirect approach, because if it's forever, you've already said it's forever. So if you use the indirect approach, most likely you might be asked this question. So I would love to tell you, but I do not want you to miss a thing. But also, there are things that I want to show you. So meeting is best. So meaning you have got pictures and presentation and slides. So if you start talking to them over the phone, they might miss an opportunity. All right. So they might insist, please tell me what business is that. Now, this is another thing that you're going to say. Don't worry, it's only 45 minutes that will most definitely be life transforming. So let's meet, trust me, okay? Please, I am rushing, plus I'm rushing for a meeting. You were in a hurry, remember, right? So plus I'm rushing for a meeting and I'm certain that you're at work. So which day is best for you? Let them choose. That is the advantage of being in a hurry. You don't need to reply to this question. You can always reply like this and have those people come for the meeting. Later, they might, but I'm telling you, it's not very common. Anyways, for someone to be this persistent, it's not very common. But if they persist and ask you, like, is it network marketing? Is it forever? Now, here is where people might lie. They might lie, no, it's not. If you say no, it's not, and then they come and they find that it's network marketing is forever, then they're not going to join. Because one is you've already turned them off. They would have said no from the beginning, because the thing is, it's either they say no or they say yes. If they say no, it's okay. But if you lie and then they come, trust me, you've already lost that person. So if they ask, is it network marketing or is it forever? This is going to be your reply, okay? So one is smile, because when you smile, that is you relaxing. When you smile, that is you assuring that person that, you know what, it's not a big deal. You understand? And so relax, because sometimes people are already ready to join Forever Living. So when they ask, is it forever, is it network marketing? Very first thing that comes in people's mind is like, maybe they are negative. Not everybody who asks that question is negative, ladies and gentlemen. Not everybody. You will be shocked. You'll find people that are ready to join your business. And when you tell them it's forever, they'll be excited. Like, you know what? I actually wanted to join this business. You know, there's a certain person that was inviting me. And then, you know, I wasn't ready by that time, but thank you for calling me. Let's meet. These replies are common as well. So when they say, is it network marketing, is it forever? Smile. And then the very first thing that you ask is, why do you ask? When you ask, why do you ask? Pause and listen. Do not start interrupting them. Listen to what they're saying, because that is when they might be positive, and that is when you'll know what is holding them back if it's forever. So why do you ask? They might say, you know, maybe network marketing, I've been invited for this network marketing things, you know, and I'm not interested because I don't have time. I'm not interested. I've never seen myself doing forever. I know there's a friend of mine that does forever, and you know, those things, you understand, if they're negative. Now, if they're positive, it's very easy. If they're negative, then this is how you're going to do it. You're going to apply the formula called feel, felt, found. All right? So when they say, you know, I have a friend that did network marketing or did Forever Living, and, you know, I've not seen them succeeding or anything, something like that, okay? So you start by saying, you know what? I understand how you feel. In fact, it's Forever Living, yes. And I understand how you feel. I once felt the same way, because I had friends that knew about that did Forever Living, and I definitely, you know, didn't see them succeeding. But then I came to realize, or I found out, that there's so many people that have been able to succeed that I personally don't know. But that happened when I decided to take a look at the opportunity. But that is when that happened when I decided to give this person, whoever your sponsor is, you know, to give maybe Kumo an opportunity to explain to me, how do they really do it? Because if the company has been in the business, you know, for years, there has to be something there. And maybe I thought that my friend might have not been building the business right. And that happened to be true, because now I'm in the business. I'm so very serious. I'm very excited. I'm very committed. And I am seeing myself somewhere. Now, I'm not saying for you or not, but what I'm asking you to do is, let's catch up, you know, over a cup of coffee. Are you available this Tuesday? Or are you available, you know, now do the invitation again? You understand? Do we communicate, ladies and gentlemen? Is it exciting? Do you find value in what I'm sharing? Does it make sense to you? Because trust me, it's something that it could feel like it's handful of information, but I can assure you, these are the information that you need. And that is why I'm saying, screenshot this, put this somewhere, because if there's one skill that you need to master, is this. This is what you need to know how to reply. Because if you turn off a person before they come for the meeting, that means they're not coming to the meeting. If you keep doing that, that will be like, you know what, I'm making so many calls, but I don't get results. It's because you don't know the right way for you to be, for the right way that will bring people to come and have a look at your business presentation. You understand? So feel, felt, found. What is it? Is it forever? Is it network marketing? Smile. Why do you ask? Listen, and then I understand how you feel. I once felt the same way. I found out after giving someone a chance to explain to me, and today I'm excited about what I do. So are you available? I'm sorry, which day is best for you? Is it on Wednesdays, 3 p.m., on Saturday, 4 p.m.? Make that appointment, set that appointment. Now, again, I want to remind you that if someone has already asked that question, there are people that no matter what you tell them, they will be negative about it. Don't sweat about them. Leave them be. Let them be. You're not looking for those. Maybe that is not the right place, the right time for them. You understand? So let them be and just keep on inviting other people. Okay. And when someone asks you now, what do you do? I love this question. Today, I asked someone, what do you do? You know, and they asked me back, what do you do? You know, so I'm sure you have been asked this question a number of times. Maybe you have gone to an event and then you are there to just collect numbers and you want to collect someone's number. If you ask someone, what do you do? The next one they will ask you is, what do you do? If someone comes and asks you, what do? You have to reply to that question. Maybe you're in an elevator and you want to go somewhere and it's only, maybe second floor, third floor. You have seen someone that is dressed very nicely, in your mind, you're like, this is a manager already. And then you want to do a pitch when it comes to your business. And then for you to get a number, what do you say? This is how you reply. This is how you say. It can be a question, what do you do? Or it can be you wanting to get a number from someone. So you're explaining yourself, what do you do and why do you want that number from that person? And you want to make that good impression to that person. And you want to make that person want to know more about what you do. This is what you're going to reply. So there's a formula that we call negative, positive, and then invitation. This formula is very simple. You just need to remember it, okay? So screenshot this as well for you to go and start learning more, okay? So negative is you, sharing a challenge that most people go through. So for example, you have met someone that is working. Maybe they're working somewhere. You understand? And maybe you're also working, okay? Don't point the challenge to that particular person. Don't point it to them because they'll be like, did I tell you that my salary is not enough? You understand? So what you do is you generalize the challenge. Okay? So one is you mention the challenge, and then the second thing is you mention what are the results of, or rather, what is the impact of the challenge. If this is the challenge, then because of the challenge, what happens to people? And then after that, you bring the solution. That is, what do you do? So the way most people, for example, you're talking to someone that is employed, okay? So the way most people, that is you generalizing it. So the way most people have lost their jobs. And so they struggle when it comes to paying basic bills because they do not have enough, money. So what I do is I show people how they can create another source of income that will give them security. You understand? You get my point? Do you get the idea there, right? So the way most people are not making enough money in their businesses or in their jobs or in their, employments. And so they struggle when it comes to paying basic bills because they don't have enough, income coming in. So what I do is I show people how they can make an extra income, okay? And make more money, starting part-time without compromising their current career. I'm telling you, if you reply to someone like that, or if you create a video like that, we always say create an introduction video and all that. If you create a video like that, it means first is you have already highlighted because remember, when it comes to business is offering the solution that your society needs. So what is that challenge that your society is going through that you're bringing the solution? Remember, business opportunity or marketing plan or forever is our number one product that you're supposed to take to the market. So that marketing plan, that product, which is the marketing plan, what solution does it bring? To what challenge? You understand? So this is how you do. So you know the way most people, you know the way most students right now are struggling to, if you're talking to a student, you know the way most students are struggling right now to get jobs after school. You know, like we have got so many graduates that are graduating, they don't know what to do, you know? And so so they obviously struggle, you know, when it comes to life and when it comes to, achieving their goals because they don't have any income coming in. So what I do is I show youth, or I show students, I show whatever, you know, I love youth, you know, I show youth how they can be able to use social media, okay, and create an extra income and actually make money starting part-time. If they're in full-time, they can be able to do full-time by using what? Social media. I love youth. I always connect with social media because most youth are on social media. So you know what? Now is not a good time. But why don't we meet? And that is when you set an appointment the way I've already shown you. Does it make sense? Is it exciting? Are you gonna do these calls now? Are you gonna be excited now to go out and do this invitation? So this is just an example for you to get an idea. You know, most people, you know, the way most people have lost their jobs, they're not making enough money in their business or employments, so they struggle when it comes to paying basic bills, yet they don't have enough time with their families. So what I do is I show people how they can make extra income part-time without compromising their current career. Now, this is not a good time, but why don't we meet for a cup of coffee and talk more? Which day is best for you? Wednesday, 3 p.m. or Saturday, 4 p.m.? I mean, it's so simple. With this, I'm telling you, cannot be missing appointments. You can't. You cannot be struggling, you know, to have people come for the meeting if you have got those people. You understand? Now, when it comes to follow up, now, for example, you've already set an appointment with someone and that day is the day that you're supposed to meet, or maybe a day before the meeting, maybe they've already chosen Wednesday, 3 p.m. Now you want to follow up, you want to remind them of the meeting. This is how you do. So you text or call, but in a right way. So, sorry, I need to mute people. Okay, so now, sorry. So you ask the right question. Don't ask, are we still meeting? Most people are like, are we still meeting? If you ask them that person like that, it means that person, you're giving that person an opportunity to say, no, today I'm a bit busy. You know, I say it, psychology, play with your psychology. Do not always assume it's a no. It's a yes, sorry. Always assume it's a yes. So if you ask, are we still meeting? That means you're giving them an opportunity to say no. And you don't want that no. So this is how you're gonna do. So you make a quick call and you're like, you know what? I'm calling you quickly to just reminding you that we are meeting. That's a yes. We are already meeting, guys. You know, hey, you are meeting, you know. So I'm making a quick call to remind you that we are meeting at Santon's, wherever their place that you have agreed. We are meeting at Santon City at 3 p.m. tomorrow or later today. So I will be there 15 minutes before the time. So I will call you when I get there. So that is you saying that one is you're already meeting. Two is you are ready for the meeting as well. And you're gonna be there 15 minutes before. So that is you telling them you cannot be late. You understand? So, or it can be like it's a quick call to remind you of our Zoom meeting later today. Maybe that is you inviting them for the Zoom meeting. And that is the day for the Zoom meeting. You'll be like, I'm making a quick call to remind you for a Zoom meeting later today at 7 p.m. I sent you a link already. Do you have a Zoom app in your phone ready to attend? I will log in 15 minutes before, so I'll text you again. Now, guys, if you are always late to join the Zoom meeting, don't say this statement because you'll be lying. And I actually don't understand why you're late to join a Zoom meeting. Why? Is it because of data? Is it because you're preserving data? Guys, if you're having prospects coming in, you need to be in the meeting before they come in. So it is as simple as this. In your mind, this meeting is set. There's no opportunity of saying no. And so you are reminding them and you're gonna be there in the next, 15 minutes before time. And if you say that, you need to be there 15 minutes before time, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot afford to be late for an appointment with a prospect, especially if it's the first time that you're meeting that person, because you do not want to look very unprofessional. Don't be like, this is African time. There's nothing at African. Let them bring the African time, but not you. You understand? Even on the physical meetings, I will ask you to be coming in early for you to be able to receive that guest of yours. You understand? It's almost time. I think I've already exceeded 5 minutes, but I'm almost done. So when it comes to events, for example, we're having an event tomorrow, okay? And then we'll be having another event, you know? It can even be a Zoom meeting. It doesn't have to be a physical meeting. One is you need to set a number of the people that you're going to invite and then write a list. Very important that you write a list of names, because if you don't write a list of names of the people that you're going to invite, you're not going to reach your number. You're not going to be doing as much. You're not going to be doing your best. And then if the number is big, the very first that you want to do is you need to send a message. So create a message, even take the scripts from what I've just shared with you. Create a script, send a message, just edit the name, send. You know, it's very simple to do. They can even invite 50 people by using a message. And then those people that have replied, then that is when you make a call. You understand? So, and then when we have an event, it's very important that you keep talking about the event every one-to-one. That is like, for example, the way we are promoting Abu Dhabi. Every business opportunity, we talk about Abu Dhabi. Why? Because you want to keep it still, you want to make sure that you are sealing it in your prospects, mind, So you might, you can have an event tomorrow, and you can invite someone today for an event, and tomorrow they can come. And you might even invite someone, on Monday, and they might not show up. You understand? So keep on inviting. That is why I'm saying keep on talking, or rather invite people, every person that you're going to talk to about the business, And then most important thing is choose the selling point for your event. Okay. So this is an example. Okay. So maybe we have got an event on Saturday. So be like, hey, hello, what are you up to this Saturday? If you have made a call, that is what you need to do. First is you ask, and then you pause and listen. You know why? Because if they say, yes, I am available, it means they say yes. They don't have an excuse whatsoever to not come for your event. But if you just go, Ati, are you available? I mean, they might say no at the end of the day, and they don't have even anything to say. But you want to lock that appointment before you even say what it is. So are you available this Saturday, 3 p.m. from 3 p.m.? They'll be like, yeah, what's up? That is what people will say, like, yeah, what's up, If available, then I have 2 tickets for a powerful event at a certain venue that I believe will be life-transforming for you, as I know you are open-minded, you have got goals, you are determined to achieve, you have got that you're determined to achieve this year. You told me that you're looking at ways that you can create another source of income, to create another source of income that is solid at your extra time. And what's even more interesting is you will meet and connect with great people that have got stories you can relate with and are now successful in the business. And we'll have fun, by the way. So where are you? So that I can drop you the card. Remember, they've already said yes. So there's no opportunity of saying so are you available again? No, available again. They've already said they're available. So the next thing is, where are you for me to be able to drop the card for you? You understand? That is if you're giving them a card. Or then you'll be like, you know what? I'm reserving a spot because you have got a limited number of seats. So I'm reserving a spot for you for Saturday, 3 p.m. If you don't have a card to drop, you understand? So here, what you have, the selling point here is this one, that they will be able to connect with great people that are already successful, and it will be it will be productive for them, or informative, it will be exciting for them and all that. But you also made them feel good, and you also reminded them of what they want in their lives. Simple as that. You understand? So I'm done with that invitation part, and I'm gonna give you a 10 days challenge, which I've always been sharing this, So one is, if you don't have a list, please write down your list. If you have been writing a list, if you have a list, please rewrite a list. If you don't have a 7-day plan, then please have your 7-day plan, and then have a list of names. And then every single day, if you're building your business part-time, make 5 calls a day. If you're building your business full-time, make 10 calls a day. And then send invitation messages. You see, invitation messages, this is calls, right? I said, send a message and then you make a call. So sending invitation messages is so very easy. So very easy. I had written something here. I don't remember what it is, but anyways, do this, and I'm sure that your business will explode. And I'm going to ask you again to print